Hey, it's Rachel with Usborne Books and More, and I have new titles to share. Let's go ahead and start with Itty Bitties. If you're familiar with the stroller books, this is our newest title that has come out. This is our Outdoors. You can see inside still little cutouts and little things for them to look at and play with. And of course comes with a connector so you can't lose it, doesn't get dirty, it's good for anywhere. We also have our new That's Not My. We've got a couple new titles. That's Not My Hedgehog, That's Not My Squirrel. Fox has just come out as well. So again, if you're not familiar with the touchy-feely books, inside you'll see our cute little mouse who's going around and explaining why each of these little hedgehogs is not his. The adjectives used are great, especially with the younger ones being introduced to adjectives at such a young age, all the way till the end when he finally finds his hedgehog and the reason why its back is so prickly. So each of these is filled with textures and lots of great new words and vocabulary to introduce to your little one. If you have a tiny one or you've got a book show where you're going to, these are fantastic books as well because these are great for tummy time. They've got the black and white contrast, and then you can also look in the back, and they've got the colorful picture. This is one of two, and you can also just look at it easily like that. But it's great for a baby shower, on the go, anything else like that. I'd love to show you our latest series. This is one of four. They've got colors, they've got numbers, words, and shapes, I think, as well. But this is the Little Red Penguin. And he goes around. This is all about colors, obviously. So there's still flaps looking through. And as you can see, the flaps are very sturdy. You do not have to worry about them ripping out. If you are concerned about it or worried, take advantage of the 50% off replacement, lifetime guarantee, so that's a good one. But you can see the text ratio here is very small. Text to picture ratio, small, quite easy, and very just basic, learning the basic colors. Easy to go. Okay, moving on. This is my new favorite. It's the Illustrated Alphabet. This is just the slipcover. If you take it off, you will look. This is the back. Check out the front. All right, it is beautiful. It's cloth-bound hardback, so it is beautiful for keepsake, or another one is a great shower gift. But you can see inside just the detail that they spent on the illustrations here. Nothing too overwhelming. Okay, and pictures, again, catch your eye. This would be beautiful for bedtime or just reading through. And of course, because it is an illustrated, it has our the ribbon there, so you can keep track of that if you mark your spot and decide to go to bed for the night or whatever it may be. If you are interested in stories, you like that, another new title that has just come out is our 10-minute stories. This ranges from Beauty and the Beast to, I think, well, I guess I could look at the table of contents. We have Why the Sea is So Salty. Okay, so a variety here. Let's see what some of the other ones are. Sorcerer's Apprentice, Pinocchio, Story of the Pegasus, Tin Soldier. So they're great. And 10 minutes, quick little easy read, and you're introducing your kiddos to kind of some of the classic stories already in a fun little book format. If you are a lover of picture books, so you remember Animally, beautiful book. B is for bedtime. These are two of the really pretty, just kind of whimsical books with beautiful illustrations. If you are into those, okay, or you like something that's more fun, like Dan, beep, beep, the taxi man. This is a popular one in our house too, okay, with the rhyming text and everything else. The author, Eric Odie, just came out with a new one. Too Many Tomatoes. This is a great book. Again, his same style with the rhyming and the fun and the rhythm, just getting into it, but going through, and you can see they have a great, just from the beginning, you can already talk about honeybees and what they do with pollination and everything else. But they have a great harvest of tomatoes, and they go around giving them away, and just the fun things, you know, that you can do with tomatoes. So anyway, it's a really sweet book, and the latest from Eric Odie. If you have a kiddo that likes to ask lots of questions, I happen to have 4 of them. The latest one that's come out is I Want to Be. This is Lion Tamer. There's also another one, I think maybe it's titled Astronaut or something like that. But I love that in here they present kind of different things that you might not think of. A zookeeper, a pet groomer. I love this one. A dog walker. Two of my, well, I should say all of them are all about dogs right now. Marine biologist. So just kind of thinking outside of the box and not the typical kind of professions that might be out there, but the fact that you can use your imagination and there's so much available. You don't have to limit yourself. So anyway, that's a fun one if you want to ask questions and start great dialogue with your kiddos. Another fun one that's out, Who's Ready to Play? So you will see these little critters in here, all right? And the fun thing about this book is there are great questions, okay? Who's splashing whom? And the kiddos have to look at each of the pictures and see what's different, because when you turn the page, there will be another question. Same characters in the same order, but something might be different. So as you look through, lots of times for them to really kind of even study just what these faces look like and start identifying that people have different moods, different feelings already, and they can start picturing that in this book. All right, if you are familiar with our Peek Inside books and our See Inside books that we have, and Look Inside, all right, these are famous ones here, popular ones in our house as well. Let's just, everything's great over here. We have the latest, which is actually Peek Inside a Fairy Tale. So this focuses a lot more on kind of the die cuts and still attention to detail and illustrations is not neglected by any means, but just look at these beautiful pictures. You can see that there. The cutouts are just gorgeous and still telling a story as it goes throughout, but kind of just a fun way of introducing some of these classic stories as well, already to a younger audience and a little bit more vivid. Those are the latest ones there. All right, let's keep moving on. If the flaps, though, worry you, which it does with some, which is fine, don't forget about the My Very First series. This is the third one in the series. This one's about space. There's also My Very First Castles. I can't remember what the other one is, but these are great. Same thing in regards to the text and the picture ratio, but no flaps to worry about. So if that does bother you or that worries you, then go this route. All right, if you are familiar with our Shine-a-Light books, and I would love to say that starting in a couple months, we're actually going to be working with Chick-fil-A, and you can get a Shine-a-Light book through their kids' meal. Okay, anyway, Secrets of the Apple Tree. There was also Secrets of the Winter, and the latest one is Secrets of the Vegetable Garden. That one's come out, but basically the concept is you read the story, okay? And before, when it asks the question, then you shine a light behind, and you'll be able to see this picture will shine through the page. The latest in our series, because we also have the on the construction side, if you're familiar with it, the latest one is on the space station. There's also an on the plane as well. So these are the latest in this series. If you have questions about it, please add a comment, and I'd be happy to help you there. All right, let's move on to chapter books. If you have the youngest readers, you're familiar with the Billy B. Brown and the Hey Jack. These are for the very, very first readers who want to kind of get into the chapter books, and they're building their confidence. The latest are these, Billy's Adventures. And the thing that's great is actually it's all her imagination. So she starts off with her best friend, Jack, so you'll see him make his appearance throughout these. But basically, she goes through and she has these little imagination things that she starts thinking about and playing with her friends as she goes through, and then eventually we see that she comes back to reality and life continues on. But this is really great, especially if they're done with that series and they want to start getting a little bit more advanced. Those are the latest in there. Quickly, if we want to talk about some of the latest chapter books for girls that have come out, we've got the EJ-12, which is about a supergirl hero. She's girl by day and then kind of action hero at night or on the weekends when people don't know. But again, for the girls, coming out, we've got Secret Mermaid is a new one that's come out. You can see these age levels, still pictures and stuff throughout, but oh my gosh, what am I trying to say here? The paragraphs are a little longer, the words are a little bit more intense. So it's a higher level. And then also Fairy Ponies is the other new series that's come out as well. Okay, so still kind of sweet books that they can enjoy. My oldest is a reluctant reader. He is enjoying these books immensely. Wheel Nuts. This is great because it's more of kind of like a graphic novel, and he really loves that. Illustrations are bright and vivid, so if you have a reluctant reader, this is the way to go. And these are the next 3 that have come out in that series. Okay. If you have kiddos who are into like true stories, we have a number of true stories. This is survival. And then for those who are kind of getting into some of the new chapter books, older audience, these are the latest ones we have. We've got the Sword of Kumori, and then also the Impossible Quest. 4 unlikely people have to get together and kind of rescue their castle and their people. And then this one as well, he can only see kind of some of these weird creatures that he's seeing on vacation, and he discovers that he's on a mission to help save people as well. If you have a kiddo who still likes illustrations and not necessarily ready for some of those chapter books, highly recommend the illustrated. And of course, this is one of our favorites as well, but we have Heidi. There's Wind in the Willows, there's Wizard of Oz, and then this is a compilation of a number of them. So I think there's Don Quixote in here. Let's see, what are some of the other ones that we've got in here? Around the World in 80 Days, Robinson Crusoe, Gulliver's Travels. So there's a number of these. Check these out as well. And you can see that there's still illustrations and text there. Also, these are great for the reluctant readers as well. Great read-aloud books when you just need some of that cuddle time with your olders who might not necessarily want to tell you they want the cuddle time, but still need it. So it's a good one. All right, moving on to some of our activity books. Our latest, Muddle and Match, there are 4. This is the monster one. So if you have an alliteration fan or someone who kind of needs to work on some of their words in general and sounding things out, this is a fun one. Because if you can see there, you actually get to mix and match this monster. So they've got adventure, they also have, I think, animals, and then you kind of can make silly stories and all sorts of things. So this is fun for, you know, whatever, a different type of fun activity. If you have more the hands-on, this is a fun one too as well. If you've got one who likes to design, this fits kind of anywhere. You've got doodling. All right, this is great for the older audience. A Year in My Life. This is a new one that's just come out. So you have 365 days of things to doodle or chat about or whatever it is you want to write about. And you can start it at any time, but again, great for the older audience. If you have kiddos who prefer not that kind, but more of this kind, logic puzzles, they've come out with these. If you're familiar with our Wipe Clean cards, it's kind of the same idea, but actually now in a book format. So lots of variety and stuff there just to keep their brains sharp and kind of give them something else to do apart from just stay on their phone all the time. If you are familiar with this one, this is not my math book. This was a new release last summer, actually. Along those same lines, our newest Make Buildings. So you can look through here for those who have more of an architectural idea where they really like to kind of just doodle and do something a little bit different. This is our latest release here. And a lot of times what's great about this is if they think they're doodling, they actually don't think they're learning. And they are. You don't have to tell them. All right, I have sticker fans here in my house. This is the latest one, London Collection. And this is great because some of these, the stickers are blank. So you actually are white. So you can actually color them in yourselves and design your own thing. But basically, you are given little caricatures here, and you get to dress them up. All right? So you can doodle them, and they'll show you little color palettes that work together and kind of some of that fun stuff. If you have my younger one, my 6-year-old likes to do more of just kind of like sticking and going. This is the latest. These are the sticker dolly dressing, but these have reusable stickers. So in the back, you will see this folds out, and you can actually put the other stickers that you've taken off already, and you can put them there. The sheets are more of a vinyl. You can see the glare, sorry about that. But they're a thicker kind of vinyl, obviously, so they can stick on, and you can spend tons of time doing that. My youngest guy, my 4-year-old, is big into these right now. Build your own motorcycle, build your own trucks. And you are given a picture. Let me show you. So here's one. You're given that picture. And so wherever the black parts are is where you're actually going to stick. He's already done one here. So it started out as kind of like with black there, and then he stuck on the stickers as he went. So you can see that there. And they're great because they're perforated, so you can pull them out, stick them on as you need to. Okay, last but not least, sorry, I'm getting my big old pile over here. Last but not least, we have got our nonfiction. So if you remember these are our great nonfiction read-alouds, okay? We have a new one for the little bitties, baby animals. This is right from the beginning, young beginners, and you can see inside just sweet little great illustrations again, but just something that they can relate with, and small, just little nuggets of information throughout. This was a new release last summer, Where's Will, and here's the latest, which I love, a reference book, World of Shakespeare. I wish I would have had this when I was younger, but it's fantastic. You can look there, and you can always look online too to get more information through USBORNE. Books and More with this. And then briefly, if you have a kiddo who's into art, a fantastic book. Okay, with information there. If you're needing help with math, we have got great dictionaries that they can use, okay? Not just math, we have science. And then also our latest, which I love, and the encyclopedia as well, which is really great. You can look for internet links that are safe to go to. And then our latest, we've got dictionaries, and our latest is a thesaurus, which is really great to help with their writing. So if you have questions on anything, please don't hesitate to put it in the comments below, and I'll steer you in the right direction. Thanks so much.